morning, I'm Erin Risley.
And I'm Charlotte Myers. It's 8:03.
The Black Student Union will be meeting on Thursday, April 13th during lunch. Please join us in the Multicultural Center during your lunch wave. The Google Classroom code is EIOTZ3Q. Contact Mrs. Fitzpatrick with any questions.
Up next, we have sports with Liam Brown, followed by a video about the New York trip, current events with Jackie Kaglar, and more. Over to you, Liam.
Thanks, Charlotte. So we'll start today with the tennis team, who fell to Bennett yesterday, but they will bounce back and play Viator tomorrow. And the Corsair softball team won by a score of 3-2 yesterday versus Fremd. Their next game is scheduled for Saturday at Lake Zurich. And the baseball team has a game today versus Evanston here at Carmel. First pitch is set for 4:45. And after a great meet yesterday, both the boys and girls track and field teams will have a meet tomorrow. We'll have more updates on information on it tomorrow. And the boys volleyball team won versus Lake Forest Academy in 2 sets yesterday. Congratulations on the win to them. And last night, the Corsair soccer team fell 2-1 to Warren. Their next game is Saturday in the Body Armor Series tournament. Now we have a New York trip video.
Students from CCHS choirs visited New York for 5 days over spring break. During their visit, they saw 2 Broadway shows, participated in a Broadway workshop, perused the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Museum of Broadway, and much more. They flew out before the sun was up on Thursday, March 23rd, arriving in New York around 11 a.m. They spent the rest of the day at the Met and exploring Times Square. On Friday, students began the day with solemn reflection at the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. They had opportunities to see artifacts and hear victims' and survivors' stories in their own words, in addition to visiting the reflecting pools of the North and South Towers. They then walked through Lower Manhattan towards the Staten Island Ferry for views of the skyline and the Statue of Liberty. Soon after, they watched Hadestown, a Broadway musical based on the Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. On Saturday morning, students attended a Broadway workshop with one of the Hadestown actors as well as one of the music directors and learned choreography and music from the show. After the workshop, they explored Fifth Avenue shops and saw their second Broadway show, Wicked, before returning to their hotel. On Sunday, students attended Mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral and took a picture with the Archbishop of New York, Timothy Cardinal Dolan. Then, they toured Radio City Music Hall as well as the Museum of Broadway. In the evening, Carmel choirs performed at the Empire State Building, and after, they visited the observation deck and spent some time admiring the view. If you'd like to see their performance, it is posted on the Carmel Choir's Instagram page. On Monday, before they returned to Chicago, they visited Central Park and the restaurants and shops surrounding Madison Square Park. After several gate changes and a 3-hour delay, Carmel Choirs was back on the ground in Chicago after an exhilarating trip.
Good morning, I'm Jacqueline Kaglar with Current Events. The Illinois General Assembly will send several bills to Governor Pritzker for approval, including one about lifting the ban on building nuclear power plants. In 1987, Illinois banned building any nuclear power plants. The General Assembly would like to pass Senate Bill 76, which would lift the bill on constructing nuclear power plants. Governor Pritzker has said that he is not opposed to the construction of small nuclear power plants, plants that could power individual factories, but he is opposed to the construction of building large nuclear power plants. Building small-scale nuclear power plants would help Illinois reduce its greenhouse gases, but some environmentalists worry about the nuclear waste that would be created by the plants. More on the story in the coming months. Moving to national news, over Easter break, U.S. intelligence documents were found to be leaked on social media. Essentially, these documents show that the U.S. spies on enemies and allies, although some of the documents appear to have been altered. What worries the U.S. government is how the documents got leaked. The FBI is currently investigating the leak, and so far, evidence suggests that the leak came from an American official. More on the story in the coming days. Looking at international news, last week, the FBI, in coordination with other European police forces, took down a sophisticated cybercrime marketplace. This marketplace, called Genesis Market, sold information about victims' bank account passwords, IP addresses, and social media passwords, and more. There are approximately 2 million victims, and about 120 people who have been associated with Genesis have been arrested. Genesis is one of many cybercrime sites, but what made it especially dangerous was its easy usage. Users could buy ransomware or information from Genesis very easily and then use these resources to exploit victims. The FBI and its partners want the takedown of Genesis to send a message: we will stop cybercrime. That is all for current events today. I'm Jacqueline Gaglar. Up next, we have a video about women's history.
Good morning, Carmel. It's April, but March is a special month that is dedicated to celebrating and recognizing the accomplishments and contributions of women throughout history. Women's History Month was first celebrated in the United States in 1987. It began as a week-long celebration in 1982, but the National Women's History Project petitioned Congress to make it a month-long event. The month of March was chosen because it includes International Women's Day, which is on March 8th. Women have made significant contributions to various fields throughout history. In science, we have Marie Curie, who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes in different fields. In literature, we have Jane Austen, whose novels are still widely read and adapted into movies and TV shows today. In politics, we have women like Kamala Harris, who made history by becoming the first Black and South Asian Vice President of the United States of America. While we've made progress in the fight for gender equality, there's still a long way to go. Women continue to face barriers in various aspects of life, including the workplace and politics. According to the World Economic Forum, it will take 135.6 years to close the gender gap completely. However, we can all play a part in making progress towards gender equality by supporting women's rights and advocating for change. Women's History Month is a time to celebrate the achievements and contributions of women throughout history, but it's also a time to reflect on the work that still needs to be done to achieve gender equality. By acknowledging the accomplishments of women and advocating for change, we can all play a part in making progress towards a more equal future.
Hello, I am Andy Salto, here today to interview Sophie Westklitz about the upcoming big event of Culture and Community Club to celebrate International Day. What is International Day?
So International Day is going to be a day where you eat lots of different food from different countries, and you also get to see a small presentation about them.
How is the Culture and Community Club celebrating this day?
Mostly through food, but also the people are going to talk about it too and just kind of explain some things about the culture.
When is the club celebrating International Day?
So International Day is going to be April 25th after school in the cafeteria.
How is the club celebrating the day?
So we're going to celebrate the day. Everybody's welcome to come and just eat the food stuff. Yeah.
And who can come to the event?
So teachers and students are welcome. Everybody at the school is welcome to come.
Thank you, Sophie.
Yeah.
Back to Aaron and Charlotte.
Welcome back. The annual Students vs. Teachers Scholastic Bowl match will be held in room 107 directly after school on Wednesday, April 12th. All are welcome to play or watch. Treats will be provided. Any questions? See or email Mr. Rafferty.
Make sure to sign up for upcoming Feed My Starving Children trips. It's on May 3rd from 4:15 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. It's a great way to earn service hours, spend time with your friends, and do good for the world. The deadline is April 26th. See your email for the Google form. There are 87 spots still open.
That's all we have for today. As always, I'm Erin Risley.
And I'm Charlotte Myers. Have a wacky Wednesday, Carmel.